Okay, time for another video lesson. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired. Dilation is a larger or smaller copy of a figure that is similar to the original figure. And we're going to use scale factors to determine dilations. Okay, so you can have a dilation of 2, which means that your figure will be twice the size, or you can have a dilation of a half, which means it'll be half the size. Okay, either one is still a dilation. So when you go to the eye doctor, a lot of times they dilate your pupils, okay, and your pupils get really big. That's so they can see into the back of your eye better. Okay, you know to stop this or pause this at any time that you need to. So, okay, a dilation is an enlargement if the scale factor n is greater than 1. So your shape's going to get bigger if it's greater than 1. A dilation is a reduction if the scale factor is between 0 and 1, hence a fraction or a decimal. Okay, so we set it up as a scale factor just like we would when we set up scale factors for anything else. Okay, so in the enlargement, the blue, remember if you don't know by colors, always look at the prime. Okay, always look at that. That means that's my new figure. So that's an enlargement. So we do the big number over the small number. And I'm comparing that side to that side. Okay, so it'd be a scale factor of 2. Okay, this color's not very good. So in here, okay, that would be my new figure, the smaller one. So then I go 2 to 8. Okay, I'm comparing this to this, the two side lengths. So that would be a scale factor of 1 over 4. So that's going to shrink. Okay, finding a scale factor. Triangle XTR prime, we want to know if that is an enlargement or a reduction. Okay, so, whoops, it's the red figure is the new one. Okay, so you see the one in black has a side length there of 4. Okay, well, what does this entire side length have? Okay, so we're going to look at that. But first of all, is the red triangle an enlargement or a reduction of the black one? Okay, yes, it's an enlargement because it's bigger than the original. Okay, by what scale factor? Okay, well, this whole length would be 12. And then the other side, okay, so that'd be enlargement 3 times the size. Okay, so that's my scale factor. Okay. Now, our prime is inside. Okay, so the new is the blue. Okay, so is that an enlargement or a reduction of the black figure? Okay, it's a reduction. Okay, what's the scale factor? Well, let's just pick a set of points and look at the coordinates. So I'm going to pick K prime and K. K prime coordinates are 3, 0. K coordinates are 6, 0. Okay, so this is reducing to that by what factor? 6 to 3. Okay, so 2. So actually, it's a reduction of 2. I'm sorry, of 1/2. Because 3 is half of 6, not 2. Okay, so they're reducing that by half. Sorry. I knew what I wanted to say in my mind, and it didn't come out right, of course. Nothing ever does. Okay, so let's look at actually doing this. Okay, I have got a figure here, and I'm going to graph the image. Okay, I'm always going to graph the original image. But here's what they want me to do. Okay, this thing is not... Okay, they want me to dilate this by 2. Okay, so I've got the original figure, but I'm going to write the coordinates down of the original figure, and that'll help me to know what my new coordinates are. Okay, don't get this confused with rotations. So what we're doing is multiplying every coordinate by 2, because that's what we wanted, doubled. So z prime would be -4, 2. P prime would be 4, -2. G prime would be 0, -4. Okay, now let's graph that guy and see what it looks like. See if we're on the right track. -4, 2. Yeah, my dot thing is not going to work. So 4, -2, and 0, -4. So there's G prime, P prime, Z prime. So, okay, well, that is double. Okay, so that's about what it's going to look like, except yours is probably going to be straighter. The next one, I'm going to make a dot here so I can put that on the coordinates so it's just easier to see. And let's make that color. All right, that's for future. All right, so now what does it want me to do? It wants me to dilate this by half. That means that this figure is going to shrink. Okay, so let's just write down our coordinates again. N is -6, 4. M is 4, 1. And L is -2, -4. So N prime, we're going to divide everything by 2. Okay, so we would have -3, 2. M prime would be 2, 1/2. So remember I said that you might get a half, and this is going to be your best guesstimate on the graph, okay? This is not going to be precise. L prime, -1/2. negative 2. Okay, so yep. So let's graph this. Negative 3, 2, 2 and 1/2. And nope. Let's go like this. Okay, so we have negative 3, 2. We have 2.5. And then we have negative 1/2, negative 2. Okay, so this will be m prime, n prime, l prime. Okay, so we dilated that by 1/2. Okay, so is that kind of making sense? Okay, so let's check out the next one. And I'm going to try to type this because sometimes it's neater to see. All right, we want a dilation of 2 again. Okay, so my original coordinates are negative 1, 1, whoops, 2, 3, 1, 1. Okay, so I'm going to multiply all by 2. So L prime would be negative 2, 2. M prime would be 4, 6. N prime 2, 2. Okay, so let's graph this. Okay, so we've got negative 2, 2, 4, 6, 2, 2. Okay, so now we'll draw our shape. Whoops. Yep, I made that just awful. Let's undo that. Okay, so M prime, N prime, L prime. Okay. All right, next one. Okay, next one. Oh, this one looks tough. Okay, first, let's find the original coordinates. And if you notice here, we're going to divide or multiply by 1/4. So let's get our original coordinates here. A is negative 4, negative 5. B is negative 4, negative 2. C is negative 2, negative 2. D is -2, 4. E is, okay, that's getting annoying me saying that. That's okay. 4. And F, we have 4, -5. Okay, now I know some of these are not going to be divisible by 4. Okay, but we're just going to have to do the best that we can. So A prime okay, -4 divided by 4 is -1. -5 divided by 4 is -1 and 1/4, or -1.25. B prime, oh, it doesn't want to stay colors. Okay, -4 divided by 4 is -1. -2 divided by 4 is -1/2. C prime, -2 divided by 4 is -1/2 and -1/2. D prime, -2 divided by 4, -1/2 again, and 1. Now this is going to be really small, so I don't want you to freak out when you start putting the dots on it and it's really strange. Okay, 1, 1. -1.25. All right, so let me get a little dot here. Let's go dark green. No, bright pink. Okay, now again, when we're talking about 1.25 or -1/2, okay, like I said, this is just your best estimate of where to put this on the screen. So we have -1, -1 1/4. We have -1, -1/2. We have -1/2, -1/2. We have -1/2 and 1. We have 1, 1. And we have 1, -1.25. Okay, now I'm going to connect all these. Okay, that's not bad actually. It's pretty, like I said though, this is all going off of your best judgment on where your half is, where your fourth is, and vice versa. Okay, let's label this A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime. Okay, so we have A prime, B prime, C prime, D, E, and F. Okay, so that figure is dilated by a fourth. Okay, so it's cut in half by a fourth. So basically, all you're doing is multiplying and dividing the coordinates. Okay, not adding and subtracting. Don't make that mistake. Okay, next, we're going to dilate this by 3. Okay, and I don't know why this says A, B, C, D, E, F. Just take that off. Okay, so my original A coordinates are -1, -1. B is 2, 2. And C is 2, -1. So we're going to multiply all coordinates by 3. So A prime, whoops, would be -3, -3. B, if I multiply all both by 3, we've got 6, 6. And then C prime, whoops, I forgot my prime here. C prime times 3 would be 6, -3. Okay, let's check that graph out. So we have -3, -3. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is way up here. And 6, -3. So I've got that, that. Okay, let's label this guy A prime, B prime, C prime. Oops. So do you see how that graph got bigger by a scale factor of 3? Okay, so that what that means is that triangle is 3 times the size of the original. Okay, and like I said, if you can't tell by looking, make sure you look for your prime, okay, the letters with the apostrophe. That's going to show you what is the new image. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Oh, this one looks fun. Okay, we're going to dilate this by 1/3. Okay, well, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to multiply all coordinates by 1/3, or divide all coordinates by 3. I always just divide. I think it's easier. Okay, so let's take a look here. My A, -3, 0. B, 0, -3. C is 3, -3. D is 6, 3. And then E is 0, 3. Let me make sure that's right. Okay, so we're going to check out what A prime. So if I'm dividing -3 by 3, I get -1. Well, if I divide anything 0 by 3, it's 0. B prime would be 0, -1. -3 divided by 3 is -1. 1, -1. Whoops. Oops, forgot my prime. Sometimes it's just easier to type because my stylus, well, we all know what kind of issues I have with that. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 0, 1. Okay, this is much easier to graph because we don't have any strange middle points to deal with. All right. Oh, let's make that a little bit smaller. So we have -1, 0. 0, -1. 1, -1. 2, 1. And finally 0, 1. Okay, so let's check out what that looks like. So let's use my straight for those two. Okay. I'll label this really small. Goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm having issues. You should have seen how long it tried to take me to find my stylus after I dropped it. And here it was in my iPad the whole time. Yep, that is me in a nutshell. Okay, so there is the original figure made smaller by a third. So basically, the purple figure is a third of the black figure. Okay, really not that hard. You're multiplying or dividing. Okay, so that's dilations. Like I said, Monday, tomorrow you guys will have the review worksheet, and then Monday we'll start our project. Okay, last slide. Finding vertices. Find the image of each point for the given scale factor. Okay, this is really easy. Okay, all I have to do, so L, they want it dilated by 5. So all my for my point L prime, I'm going to multiply 3 by 5 and 0 by 5. That's it. That's my new coordinate. Okay? For A, they want me to dilate that by 1.5. Okay? So we're not doubling it. We're taking it times 1.5. So A prime, okay, -6 times 1.5 is -9. And then 2 times 1.5 is 3. There would be my new coordinate. Okay, for F, I'm dividing by 3 or multiplying by a third, however you want to look at it. So F prime would be 3 divided by 3, 1, and then -2/3. Okay, I just leave it as a fraction. It's not a big deal. Yep, so there it is. So there's 9/6 dilations. I did the worksheet pre-hand, so there shouldn't be any errors on it. If you find something, just let me know. But like I said, dilations are probably the easiest. You're just making this figure bigger or smaller. That's all there is to it. So, happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Do your worksheet, and then someone will check it tomorrow, and then you'll do your review. I'll have the answers online, of course. Be good, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great spring break.